Supercar, with beauty and grace, fast as can be, watch it flying through the air. It travels in space or under the sea, and it can journey anywhere. Supercar, supercar, it travels on land or roams the skies, through the heavens' mighty range. It's Mercury band and everyone cries, it's the marvel of the age. Supercar, supercar, supercar!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
So far, so good, Dr. Beaker. Well, you could have fooled me. I didn't think it was going to work.
Gee, it sure was exciting seeing that rocket launch, Dr. Beaker. But what's so extra special about it? I've seen it on television dozens of times before.
Well, maybe I can explain, Jimmy. This rocket, designed by Dr. Beaker and built by the United States government, is capable of putting a man into space.
But that isn't you, Dr. Harvey.
True, Jimmy. But it's only half the size of the rockets we've been using. And the launching only requires a few people. If this test is successful, then it will revolutionize the whole of our space program, cutting the cost by half.
The rocket is still bang on course. Height, 82 miles. It must be awfully dark up there. Well, Mike, the capsule that will soon, we hope, be carrying a man, should break away from the rocket in about 10 seconds from now.
Yep, and then she'll be in orbit, circling the world in space. That is, until we bring her down again, and then it's in your hands, Mike. Don't worry, Dr. Harvey. When that capsule hits the sea, I'll be right there with Supercar to pick it up.
There she goes, Dr. Beaker. The capsule has broken away from the rocket.
Yes, and all according to plan.
The capsule is now orbiting the world, Jimmy. And in 92 minutes from now, it would have been all the way around and back over America again. Guess it's time I got Supercar ready for the pickup.
Yes, Mike. And I shall take up my position in the control room.
I will keep in touch with you both over the radio.
Charging port engine.
Right, Mike. Charging port.
5, 7, 10,000, 12, 15,000. Fire one. Charging starboard. 7, 9, 12,000, 15,000. Interlock on.
Interlock on, Mike. Fire two.
Roger, firing two. Both engines running smoothly. Now all we got to do is wait for the okay from Beaker to take off.
Where's the capsule now, Dr. Beaker?
Well, according to my calculations, Jimmy, it's 120 miles up in the sky, just over India.
What is it, Mitch? Oh, I get it. That's Ham, our American space monkey. He went up into space a long time ago. Now, don't you go getting any ideas, Mitch.
The capsule is approaching America, Dr. Beaker.
Yes, I'd better alert Mike. Rocket control to Supercar. Stand by for takeoff.
Roger, Dr. Beaker. I'm standing by. Professor, roof doors, please.
Roger, Mike. Opening the roof doors.
Supercar to rocket control, ready for takeoff.
Thank you, Mike. Firing retro rockets 30 seconds from now.
It's worked, Dr. Beaker.
It would appear so. Rocket control to Supercar. The capsule is on its way down. Take off immediately and stand by to pick up capsule from sea.
Roger, will do. Full boost vertical. So far, so good. Supercar is on its way up, and the capsule is on its way down.
Base to Supercar. Continue your present course. Capsule will land in sea in the landing area.
Roger, Professor. We'll be crossing coast shortly.
The capsule is now quite close to the Earth, and its parachute should have opened.
Crossing coast now, Professor. Altering course to head for landing zone. Supercar to base. I can hear the capsule's transmitter, Professor. According to my instruments, it's 1 mile to starboard. I'm going down to pick her up.
Roger, Mike.
Cutting horizontal drive. I'm immediately over capsule. Switching on magnetic grab. Supercar to base. Changing to horizontal flight. Operation space flight successfully completed. Returning to base. Over and out.
Gee, I guess a lot of boys would like to be in my position, living here at the Supercar laboratory and being in on this space project.
Well, it'll be even more exciting for the guy who goes up in the capsule.
The capsule appears to be undamaged, gentlemen.
Once again, Dr. Beaker, it looks as if the United States government is indebted to you.
Now, Dr. Harvey, if you can arrange with Space Administration to deliver and assemble another rocket on our launching pad, we will have an astronaut ready for the flight in a few days.
Of course, Dr. Beaker. I'll see to it at once.
Who's going to be the astronaut, Mike?
Well, that, Jimmy, is something we got to decide.
How about my brother Bill? He's an astronaut.
Hey, that's an idea. I'll contact him at Cape Canaveral tonight. Well, Bill, I guess you'd better make it an early night. You've got a big day ahead of you tomorrow.
Sure, Mike. I just want to check over a couple of points. You say that this flight will be perfectly normal, except the rocket itself will be smaller, and that I'll be able to start the rocket motors myself.
Yes, Bill. This will be the first flight where the astronaut will have control over the rocket.
Hey, it sounds just great.
Come on, Bill. It's past your bedtime. You'll need your wits about you tomorrow. What have you done with my slipper?
I'm scared, Mike. Why don't you answer me?
What did you say
Mitch,
something about the
Mitch.
rocket? What rocket?
Now listen!
All right,
Will you all keep quiet? This is an emergency.
Gentlemen, the dreadful truth of the matter has now become obvious. Mitch must have entered the rocket during the night, and knowing Mitch, he would have pushed every button in sight. One of those buttons, gentlemen, was to fire the rocket motors.
Seems like that's what happened, Doc. Well, this is a fine mess.
But Mitch, what'll happen to Mitch? Can we get him back?
Mitch is inside the capsule. Probably quite safe, Jimmy. But there is a problem about getting him back again, I'm afraid.
Yes, Jimmy. You see, we had arranged the retro rockets to be fired from inside the capsule this time. But without having Bill up there, we can't do that.
Say, talking of Bill, where is he?
Oh, these astronauts have nerves of steel, you know. He's probably still asleep.
Dr. Beaker, he's okay.
You must have knocked the transmitter switch on.
When will you be able to bring him back to Earth, Dr. Beaker?
That presents a serious problem, I'm afraid, Jimmy.
But why, Dr. Beaker? You brought the last capsule back to Earth by pushing a button.
This time it's different. This capsule has all the controls built inside it. After all, it was meant for an astronaut.
Yes, Jimmy. That's why Mitch was able to set the rocket off in the first place.
What are we gonna do?
There's nothing we can do, Jimmy.
Mike, can't you take Supercar up there and rescue Mitch?
It's one thing making a space flight, Jimmy. But a rescue operation like this could cost Mike his life. I refuse to allow him to do this for a monkey.
But Mitch isn't just a monkey. He's one of the Supercar team.
No, Jimmy. Definitely no. Oh, dear. I don't know why I let myself get talked into these lunatic schemes.
Now, come on, Beaker. You know that you are a soft-hearted old fool underneath. How's the rocket booster fuel coming along?
Just a few minutes now, and it will be ready.
It's incredible to think that just a spoonful of that white powder added to the normal fuel will rocket Supercar into space.
Indeed. We must be extremely careful how we handle it.
We've completed all the checks on Supercar, and she's nearly fueled now, Mike.
Yep. All we need now is Beaker's space fuel.
Gee, I wish he'd hurry up. How long do you think Mitch can live up there, Mike?
Well, I guess an hour at the outside, Jimmy. He must have used up most of the oxygen in the capsule by now.
Oh, please hurry, Dr. Beaker. There isn't much time.
All right, Jimmy. I'm ready. Now, clear the way. Whatever happens, I mustn't drop this fuel, or it'll go up like a bomb.
I don't like this, Jimmy.
Neither do I, Mike.
Right. Open the door, Professor.
Careful now, Beaker.
Don't worry. It's perfectly safe.
Well, there goes our fuel.
Oh, no.
Don't worry. The fuel is all right. It was just a mere speck that fell on the floor and exploded. From the noise Mitch is making, it sounds as if the oxygen is running low. We must hurry.
Okay, Dr. Beaker. Mike's ready.
Mike, stand by to charge port engine. Only take her up to 10,000 revs. I think that's all you'll need with your new fuel.
Roger, charging port. 5,000. 7,000. 9,000. 10,000. Fire port without interlock.
That fuel you've made, Beaker, is certainly powerful. Mike, fire the starboard engine at 5,000.
Roger, charging starboard. 5,000. Fire 2. Here we go.
Opening roof doors.
Gee, Mike, I'll never forget what you're doing for Mitch.
That's okay, Jimmy. As you say, he is one of the Supercar team. Half boost vertical.
Good luck, Mike.
And now, Jimmy, I have a job for you. I think that Mitch will probably be very weak by now from lack of air and very frightened.
The sound of your voice may well help him, Jimmy. Dr. Beaker has arranged it so that you can talk to Mitch over the radio.
Gee, Dr. Beaker, you do care about Mitch after all.
Of course he does, Jimmy. You should know him by now.
Supercar to base, supercar to base. Climbing on full throttle. Airspeed 4,500 miles per hour. Still accelerating. This rocket fuel sure is doing its stuff.
Mitch, can you hear me, Mitch? This is Jimmy. I'm talking to you over the radio. Now listen, Mitch. I know you're scared, but Mike's on his way.
He heard you, Jimmy.
Supercar to base. Airspeed now 9,000 miles per hour. Height 82.5 miles. Still accelerating. We'll be going into orbit in approximately 20 seconds from now. We'll require your assistance in locating capsule. Over.
Roger, Mike. Switch to video plan. I will prepare a course for you to steer.
Roger. Switching to video plan.
Mitch, Mike's up in space. He's only got to find you now, and then you'll be rescued. Mitch, if you hear me, please answer. I don't hear him, Dr. Beaker.
Keep trying, Jimmy. Whatever happens, he mustn't lapse into unconsciousness. That would be fatal.
Call him again, Jimmy. Just talk about anything that comes into your head.
Mitch. Mitch. Can you hear me, Mitch?
Now flying in space. Airspeed 21,000 miles per hour. Throttling back. I can see the capsule on the plan, and I'm dead on course. I should overtake it in about 15 minutes.
Roger, Mike.
Mitch. Please, Mitch. Try and answer. Oh, come on, Mitch. Please. Just let me know you're still alive.
Now about 10 miles from capsule. Your bearings have been dead right, Doc.
Good, Mike. Switch to clear view. The rest is up to you, Mike.
Roger, switching to clear view. Long focus lens. Okay, I've got it in my sights. I'm approaching it rapidly.
Careful now, Mike. As you know, it's difficult to steer Supercar in space. And if you collided with a capsule, it would mean disaster for you both.
Yeah, I've already found that out. I know there are no second chances up here. I'm right behind the capsule now. Here we go. Okay, Doc. I'm in front of the capsule. Firing retro rockets. Okay, Dr. Beaker. I'm now traveling at the same speed as the capsule. 18,000 miles per hour. I sure hope our plan works.
Mitch, Mike's right alongside you, and you're gonna be rescued real soon. What now, Dr. Beaker?
Well, briefly, Jimmy, Mike will fire Supercar's engines straight at the capsule. This, we hope, will slow down the capsule speed, and it should then fall back towards the Earth.
Engines cut. Now charging both to produce shock wave. 5,000, 7,000, 9,000, 11,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000. Firing both engines and retro rockets together.
that doesn't slow her down, nothing will. Supercar to base! Supercar to base! Okay, Jimmy. Mitch is on his way back. The capsule's falling, and I'm gonna follow it back, ready to snatch it out of the sea.
Do you hear that, Mitch? You're gonna be okay. Now, don't be scared if you feel yourself falling. The parachute will open soon, and then Mike will pick you up.
Supercar to base. I'm following capsule down. It's gonna be some time yet before it lands. I sure hope Mitch's oxygen supply will last out. Keep talking to him, Jimmy.
Mitch? Mitch? Can you hear me, Mitch? You're okay, Mitch, but you've got a long way to fall. Just listen to me, Mitch. You've got to keep awake. Mitch, I haven't heard anything from you. Are you okay? Mitch, can you hear me? He doesn't answer. Do you think it's too late?
What can I say, Jimmy? We've done our best.
The parachute is opened. It won't be long now before we know.
She's going into the sea now. Changing to horizontal flight, ready for pickup. Descending for pickup. Switching on magnetic grab. Supercar to base. I've got the capsule. Returning to base at full throttle. I don't want to waste any time. It's a matter of life or death.
Gee, he looks just like a little baby, doesn't he, Professor?
Well, Jimmy, at the moment, he's as weak as a baby, and so we'll have to treat him like one.
But don't worry, Jimmy. I've given him a thorough examination, and he has come to no harm. In a day or so, he'll be back to normal.
Boy, did I sleep last night. Well, I'm raring to go. Say, I've been looking all over for my spacesuit. Has Mitch been up to his tricks again?
Bill, you've just made the understatement of the year.
Supercar, with beauty and grace, fast as can be, watch it flying through the air. It travels in space or under the sea, and it can journey anywhere. Supercar, it travels on land or roams the skies, through the heavens' mighty range. It's Mercury man, and everyone cries, it's the marvel of the age. Supercar.